Okay, good.
Okay, so yes, welcome everybody. In this video, Meezy and I, we're going to talk about the app that we're creating. So, as you know, Meezy and I are doing this experiment and we're trying to see how real vibe coding is. So, we have this whole game plan of, we're going to try and vibe code. We're going to try not to write any lines of code to see is it really like a thing, like anyone can create an app or something like that. Then we're going to put in the App Store and try to get real people to use and download it. So, it's really exciting. And yeah, so in the last live, we were talking about different platforms and our experiences with it. And Meezy was walking us through Codex and talking about how she's been using that. And like, you were up to like 4 a.m. one day writing like, or vibe
Yeah,
coding so much. What was that project again?
yeah, yeah. So I was just kind of looking at our app and just being like, what could I possibly do? Because if y'all don't know, we were originally streaming on TikTok.
Yes.
Um, and so we had like one shot it using Replit
Yeah.
and Lovable. And I was like, let me just try Codex. And so I did, but in Codex, I tried out the plan mode because I was like, well, since we didn't have good prompt, let's see what Codex can do. And Codex built out like this full fledged like tech company. Uh, I'm not joking. I'm trying
No,
not to cuss.
really. Meezy messaged me. She was like, I feel like we're in a tech startup. And I was like, what? And then I saw the documentation. I said, oh, I get it. Like, y'all, it was this like when you're working at like a tech company and it's like the lead engineer walks through like what the game plan is for the next 6 months type of thing. It was like that kind of document.
Yeah, like and it was like what it was at least six different documents.
Yeah.
They were really helpful, but like it definitely was a lot for us to like get started with. Anyways, I was up because I was studying for other stuff, so I was just trying that out, and I just kind of wanted to see how far I could take it. Um, and I never like really got it running. Like I had all the code, but I never actually tested it. So then, if y'all are following Maya, you saw that she went ahead and used Codex and like fully tested it out and came up with this great app. That video came out. It came out yesterday, right, or the day before?
Yeah.
Or was it
Mm-hmm.
on Monday?
It was on Sunday.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But
Thank
that's
you.
the
Thank
app
you.
that we're looking at now. But it has a bit of the same vibe. We've made some like updates to what we want to do and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're just vibe coding it up.
In a previous meeting, like we had kind of like a breakthrough moment of like what is truly like the simplest thing that we can do. And we were saying like, okay, what if like, when you're documenting your journey, instead we want to do voice recordings and journal entries and videos in the future, but what if we just started with photos? So that was like the MVP that Codex was able to create, and that's what like we're gonna walk you through right now. But before we even go into that, we like to start off with like some tech news. And Meezy sent me one that was really interesting. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I saw these people that basically vibe coded a concert ticket. So they had tickets to some show and they were sitting like way at the top though. So then they vibe coded a copy of the Apple Wallet app, where all your Apple Pay stuff is, your boarding passes, whatever it may be. They're in that app. And so they vibe coded a copy of that and then they just use they put a fake concert ticket in there and they use that to get to seating. Now, will it work every time? No, because sometimes they want to like constantly scan your ticket. But I just thought it was interesting, and especially I don't know how much you go to concerts by it, but I don't go to them as much anymore. But I
Mm-hmm.
do see a lot of the concert culture online. And like faking tickets has always been a thing, but not to that degree. Like obviously it was much easier to fake tickets when they were paper. Now it's been a lot harder and I'm just like, wow. So, and they posted this on Twitter. So the concert culture is strong on Twitter. So I won't be surprised if this becomes kind of a trend. But also, just to wrap it up, I don't know if it really will because a lot of these ticket apps have like, I don't know if y'all shop at Walmart. But when you check out at Walmart, you get a digital receipt, but it has like this element that makes it live. So
Mm.
that if you show it to the person as you walk out, you can't show them a screenshot because it would obviously not be like the live receipt of what you bought. And these concert tickets, typically also have that, like the screenshot doesn't work. But once the show starts, if I have all the tickets on my phone because I didn't transfer them like to my mom or my grandma or whatever, I just normally have them take a screenshot, and that person has already seen them. That's
Yeah.
like guarding that section, so they'll let them back in. So I don't know. We'll see. But it was just interesting to see somebody did that. I was wondering if they did it at the concert or if they did it,
At the
beforehand and they
concert would be
planned it.
so funny. Like
Yeah. Right.
pulling out the Repl It app, because I think they did use Repl It for that one, right? Was that the one? Yeah.
And that's actually what I was surprised by, that they used Replit. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I feel like so far I could say like vibe coding is super cool for like creating something personal for you. Like check, I know that it
Mm-hmm.
could do that from like my own life of like just creating these mini things here and there, but it's really that added level of like, okay, can it be like app store quality? That's really the question. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, concert culture too. I mean, once the concert starts, a lot of people would like bum rush to like the front anyways, you know? So he just added that extra fake ticket involved, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's our little AI tech news.
Tech news. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is an actual walkthrough of what the current app looks like, and then after that, we're gonna talk about the different updates that we're gonna make to it. But like right now, this is like there is a working prototype. Like I don't want to call it prototype because it's like it's working. I want to like stress
Yeah.
test it and take like
You could call it an MVP, I think. It's an
MVP.
MVP at this
We
point.
have an MVP all vibe coded. So that
Mm-hmm.
already kind of blows my
Mm-hmm.
mind. I want to like stress test it and take like 300 photos and just like see how much it can handle because I haven't done that many. Like I've just been taking like, you know, just like actual photos and things like that. So I think I have like 4 in my regular one that I'm like using right now, but let's walk through it. So I'm able to like hide and show screens and stuff. So hopefully that like works for y'all. Okay, let me hide that. Okay, so you should see what the MVP is right now. So I'll take you through the different parts. So at the top it says Progress Journal, Side Quest Slayer, Active Quest Painter, Document the Unpolished Work, Build Proof Not Performance, and then there's 2 tabs that say Journal and Trophy Room. So when you click on Trophy Room, I also have an image of that. Hopefully y'all can see that. It
Yeah, we
basically,
could see.
okay, perfect. So it shows you
It
basically,
just remember it's a little behind, like it's a little
oh,
delayed
okay, okay.
online.
Makes sense. So then in the trophy room, you can see like your past, basically like accomplishments and things like that. So this user, they have a painter. They had like a painter quest from April 3rd to April 5th, actor quest from April 5th to April 6th. So it basically shows you your past, you know, accomplishments like that. So then let's go back to this view. Let's close out trophy room. So yeah, so those are basically toggles to go to different screens. And then it has, and this was all coded in one shot. Like this wasn't like additional updates you needed to make.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it has the daily, what are you gonna say?
I was going to say, actually, remember how last week I was like, oh, I wish we could add more than one thing at a time because I'm just so like that. I like the trophy room because
Nice.
you can only do one at a time, but it makes you still feel accomplished because you can see other things in there.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to a friend and they were like, I was like showing it them and they're like, oh, I wish you could have more than one quest. And then I thought of you. So I don't know. They made the point too that if there's more than one quest, people could spend more time using our app because there's and
Okay, okay,
which
okay.
is would be good because we could use that like you know users come back every day and maybe it's for like a different thing so I did think of that but the whole name of our app you know what got
Yeah.
it was like one thing.
And I still like to start off with just one because I think a lot of apps get popular because they're simple and then they just start adding, stuff as they go when they have a big user base and people just keep asking for stuff. I'm trying to think of one. Maybe let's just think Canva for a second, right? Like
Okay.
at first it was just like flyers and only like one type, and now you can do
Mm.
videos in Canva. You can do GIFs and like you can do a lot of different stuff in Canva, but they didn't start with that.
Yeah.
So
No, that's a good example. Very, very true. And the other app we were just talking about was like Dual Shot. I love how simple it is. It's currently in the App Store, and it's basically take a video horizontally and vertically at the same time. I love how like clear that is. So, yeah, completely
Yeah,
agree.
exactly.
Okay, so let's go back to our current design. So then after that, it's this middle section that has daily proof. It says capture one honest frame of the work, no polish, no filters, just evidence. And then it says open raw camera. AI is so funny. Like, who says open raw camera? I'm just like, so a lot of the
Like
updates.
raw camera?
Yeah. I, I don't know where it got that from, but yes, that's what it decided to say. So then it actually opens the camera. So let me show that. And then what it has is like whatever you're trying to accomplish. So then it says like actor right there. It says raw
Hmm.
viewfinder. It's so funny. And then you can basically close it, or you can actually like take the picture like with that screen.
Okay, give it a second because it still hasn't loaded on
Oh,
my
okay. Let me
side.
go back. Yeah, so that was just a picture of my messy desk. That was what my phone was pointed to. But something I really like is that I actually like that it says like what you're going after in like while you're going to take a
On the
picture.
side.
Yeah, I don't think I like that location, but I like it like in general. It just makes it different from like
Hmm.
your photo camera. You know what I mean? It's like you're
Yeah.
seeing like as you take a picture of what you're going after, which I thought was cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't like that it says raw viewfinder. It's like who talks like that? But that is something we could take
That's an
out.
easy switch.
Yes. Okay. So then let's go back. And it's purple. Meezy's wearing purple, very fitting. When we release it, we have to wear purple. Like,
Of course. Yeah, when I was watching a video, you were like, let's just switch the color to purple. That's what Meezy always
yep.
wants. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
Brand colors are easy. We don't gotta double think that. Like, we just going with purple.
Yes. Also, I need to interject. It's kind of a derailing. I just want y'all to know I'm watching Maya's videos, but I watch YouTube on my TV. So then I have to be like, let me go comment on that later. And then I always forget to go comment, but I do always like it and watch it all the way through. So
You
if you're
had
not watching, you're missing out.
yes. No, really go in detail. Like you could watch that video and then vibe code something yourself. Like it was literally like step by step. I think when I do the
Yeah.
design updates, it might just be more like, let's fix that, boom, this, boom, and all that stuff. But that video, that last Sunday video, y'all watch that and you can make whatever app you have in your head. Someone actually commented, you
Hmm.
know how you had the closet app? They said they actually like built that and they had like 50 clothing items in theirs. And I just thought that was like so
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that, it has the scrapbook grid. It says your proof wall, newest first, and there's a see journey button. So when you click that button, it has basically the first photo you've taken and your last photo you've taken. Did I say that right? Like the very first photo and the most current photo, and it shows them side by side.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that says. And then you just have basically all the photos you've taken so far. So this one had four, and under it basically was like a complete quest button that was like in red, where you could press it and then it would move to the trophy room. So that's kind of like the high level of it. So then going to the V2 design. So that was the app walkthrough. Now we're going to talk about the design updates we want to make. And there's a lot. So a lot of it, we can start with like that header section. And a lot of it has to do with just like AI being just going into such detail about things, but that was more just like product requirements for AI to like understand what we're building, but you don't have to put that all into the app, you know what I mean? So one of the things was moving where side quest layer is. So at the top it was like progress journal, side quest layer. Like your logo, most of the time I see it like at the very top. Like go to into Instagram, you'll see the
Yeah.
little Instagram at the top. Like having it in the middle just didn't make sense. So that was one of
No.
the things. And then also we can take out progress journal. It's like Instagram, you don't go into it and it says like share memories with your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Not like social media.
yeah, you just kind of get it, like what it does. And then even like Active, Quest, Painter, there was actually one of the AI tools had these like GPT suggestions. Let me close out Design V2. Yes, over here. And I love how they just had like the painter emoji and then painter. Like it didn't say your active quest is
Mm.
painter. Like you
AI loves emojis, and it leads a lot of us to believe that a lot of AI has been trained on Notion because, well, we know Reddit as well too, right? But I feel like I read a lot of Reddit forums and emojis aren't super common. But
yeah.
Notion loves an emoji and it's so annoying sometimes.
Oh wow. I thought it would be cool too. Like, in the beginning it could like choose like okay painter and then it choose something related to painting, but then maybe in the future you could pick like what that image is that shows up at the top.
Yeah.
I thought that would be cool. So that's one
Hmm.
thing. And then going back to our V2, okay, nice. So then we're going to take out all of those, like document them, polish work, build proof, not performance. I trust that the user understands that.
Yeah.
But then I did like X moments captured, and we can figure out like a different way to say that. But
Hmm.
basically, depending on the number of media you have in your scrapbook grid, that can be like, so this user has 4 moments captured. And it's basically just showing them that they're showing up for themselves. So, in the future, it might
Yeah,
be
I
like,
love that.
you went to so many dance classes and all that stuff. You see
Hmm.
53 moments captured, you're making progress. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah,
that's undeniable. So, yeah.
100%.
So then the next thing was that toggle between journal and trophy room. I feel like trophy room should be moved to the bottom, or even
Yeah, like at a menu bar or something.
same page, same page. Especially I feel like the app really
Yeah.
focuses on the journey. So I don't even want like people to get into the trap of let me look at my trophies. You know what I mean? Like
100% agree. And I mean, most people, like, even us, when you use this, you're not going to have any trophies at the beginning
yep,
anyway.
yep, exactly. So moving that to the bottom. And then also this like daily proof, capture one honest frame of the work, no polish, no filters, just evidence. We take that out. Open raw camera, we take that out. And I feel like having like the camera emoji instead. And then in the future, I feel like how it could look is like there's like a button that's the camera emoji, a button that's like a pencil, and maybe they're writing a journal entry. Another one that's like, a microphone, and maybe they're recording an audio.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then even going back
Hmm.
to where was that? Yeah, going back to over here when they actually like go to take a picture. I feel like right now you can't
Hmm.
flip the camera. So I feel like you should be able to flip the
Okay.
camera so it looks on you. And then we could easily put video in this as well, where you could either take a picture or record a video. So I feel like that could be like incorporated there. So then going back, yeah, so then this is scrapbook grid. We're going to remove scrapbook grid, remove your proof wall, newest first, and just show the photos. They know it's their photos. And then also in the future,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like it's
It's
okay.
not a multi user app.
Yes. Exactly. And then they could like instead of pressing see journey to see your first photo and your last photo, I feel like that should just already be there. It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
hidden behind a button. So just put that straight into the app. And then I like how the photos were different sizes and all that stuff, but I think it's still like a little bit too clean. I feel like it could be like maybe like rotate the photos a little bit, different sizes. Also think like a date
Yeah.
label next to each of them, so that one was like March 5th, October, whatever. Just
Hmm.
like small and tiny to the side of it. Right now, when you tap it, nothing happens. Like it doesn't make the photo bigger. So I feel like,
Oh,
yeah, right? So I feel like that is
okay.
needed. You tap it, you can see it. Because sometimes you just want to relive it a little bit more. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
definitely.
you also can't delete any of the photos you take. So I feel like before we launch, you can take a bad photo and just want to retake it. You don't want a bad
Just want
photo
to retake.
in your grid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was something else. So, what do you think? Is there any changes you're like, yes, let's do it? Anything you're like, maybe not?
The first thing that comes to mind is being able to upload a photo I already took. I'm the type of person that takes
Yes.
everything in my camera roll and then I upload. So that would be helpful.
Yeah, completely agree. I'm that type of person too. Like you might not, your first instinct might not be to open the app. You know what I mean? And if you take a picture
Yeah,
in the app, I don't think that saves to your phone anyways. So you might want it in more than one place.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you see my stuff on social media, there's such a low chance that I filmed it in camera. Like I don't really film in TikTok, in Instagram, none of that. I'm doing it on my own camera. Maybe we're old. I wonder if like the generation that like grew up with, social media on the phone, I wonder if they trust Instagram and TikTok as much. Do you know what I mean? It's not even a trust factor for me. It's just that I know I'm gonna upload to multiple places. So I'd rather just have it in my camera roll and be able to go,
Yeah.
upload.
No, I'm trying to think. There's probably like zero photos or videos that I've uploaded that were like done natively, like captured in the moment in TikTok or whatever. I think for me, I'm also just like, I barely post. I need to post more. That's one thing. But then also, I feel like I'm like more of a perfectionist that I just wouldn't like post and go. Like maybe it has like sensitive information. Maybe, like I just, there's so much stuff that I feel like I would have to like fully look at it. And editing, I edit on like Final Cut Pro too and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those creators that just like sets up a camera and talk. Well, today we are. So that's nice.
And this is
But,
live. Yeah, no, if it's like a Yap video, I'll film that in TikTok because I'm literally
okay.
just talking to the camera, and it's only gonna live on TikTok though.
Yeah.
But like when I make like intricate videos and stuff, and I've done it before because sometimes they say like, oh, if you film in the app like boosts your video or
Yeah, I've
whatever.
heard
And
that.
you know what? Now that I say it out loud, they just want you to use the time that you use TikTok to be longer.
Yeah.
Like that just
I
keeps you in TikTok longer.
I thought maybe they were doing something because it's like, okay, if they see it has another platform's logo on it, they don't want to boost it as much because you don't want to boost the other company. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something to that because if you did it in TikTok, it's just there's no logo. But that was like a problem
Hmm.
of like I feel like 2 years ago. I feel like I don't even see that anymore. Like I'm on TikTok and I see an Instagram video, right?
No. Yeah, and so I'm just a do it in my regular camera first type of person.
Yeah. So then something else I wanted to show you was this image. Okay, let me hide V2 this. So this is what Chat GPT created. It's so funny. But something I did like from it though is like you could see how like some in the grid are like a video or some in the grid are like an audio recording. And it was like interesting how it shows up in the grid, even text. So, for example, this one
Hmm.
had audition went well today, feeling hopeful, and it had it like as like a little like pinned note, and then like the radio audio forms or whatever next to the play button. I think that's cute. If someone is all doing audio recordings, that would be a little interesting because they're just gonna see just like audio, audio, audio,
Yeah.
white lines. So I don't know if there's a way for us to like differentiate that makes sense. But I like the video where oh, that's a video because it has like a play button there.
I think if we did that, it would probably just be changing the color of
Mm-hmm.
the audio like wavelength thing would
Yeah.
be the thing. I'd be shocked if it could vibe code this exact look of the UI because it's just a little. I guess I wouldn't say shocked. I wouldn't be shocked, but it just feels like it would be kind of hard. But it has access to every line of code ever written, basically, so it probably can do it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So
this
what are you gonna
face
say?
is bothering me. Like it's so uncanny valley.
Child, and it's like the way it just because I put in my photo originally because that's like what I had proof of, and just seeing over
Hmm.
time how the girl changed, I'm just like, okay, Chad, I'm just whatever. Let's just keep going.
Let's move on.
Right? I'm not gonna dig too deep. Life's too short.
Yeah.
Let me move on. So yeah, but it's, you know how you set that trophy thing in the bottom navigation? It's interesting you set that because this
Yeah.
one did have a bottom navigation. And I think that looks clean, you know.
I agree.
Okay,
I
so
mean, that's how everything is right now.
yeah. Yeah. And then okay, let's go back to I think there was this one. Okay, yeah, this was like more of the G. You can see they even changed my face from this one, but this was the GPT suggestions and stuff like that, and it actually shows you how it would look if the first entry and the last entry was like on screen, and then they had this like
hmm
thing to move it. So I think maybe it makes the first entry bigger or like the last one bigger, but I do like it like on the main page, and then also had like little scribbles and stuff like that that I thought was cute. So I was like, just like the little touches here and there. But yeah, what's going to be interesting is seeing, because what Codex did was it made that MVP in one shot. So it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see how it handles these updates. I would hope that removing all of the text is simple, but it's like, part of me is just like, not nervous, but I'm just like skeptical. Because when I've used the other ones, you want to add like anything, it starts acting up.
The whole thing's
So,
broken. I think Codex should work better, but then also, like did you tell it, okay, cool, this is our first MVP, let's generate some documents or some, documentation, um what is it called? Some technical docs basically on how the app works, so that then how we've been talking about having those documents that it can refer to while
yeah,
it's building. I think maybe if you do that, you can still keep the integrity of the app.
yeah,
Or like it should be able to do it regardless, but I think that'll just kind of be a guarantee.
yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point too. Like they were saying, you can have like an architecture file, you can have like a plan file that it can refer to. What I did have it do, which I was actually surprised Codex could do, was I didn't even like push the code to GitHub myself. I told it to push it to GitHub, and then it did it. And there's some points where I needed like user thing, because they're like, okay, can you
hmm
put the GitHub URL so I have it so it could like push to it. But I thought that was kind of crazy that it could handle that, because learning that when you first learn GitHub, that is one of the hardest things like ever. All the different commands and all that stuff, like, oh my gosh. So for it to do that, I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, even if you like, even now, I would just do really basic stuff in GitHub. So when it came to like anything besides a push, a commit,
Yeah,
or basic, not it's not called a code diff. What is it called
yeah,
when
when you see
you
the
like have two
differences,
different
yeah,
things?
like a,
Like solving that. Yeah, I would do everything like visually. Like I was in Visual Studio Code and stuff. Um, oh, merge conflicts. Solving merge
mm,
conflicts. Like I was never a what's it called when you just use the
yeah, the
window,
terminal to do it.
the terminal. I was never a terminal person. Like I think I had to learn that for maybe one class, and I haven't learned terminology after that. Child, I was either looking it up or I'm using the Visual Studio tools. I wasn't wasting brain space on that.
No,
So
I did waste brain space on that. Like it took a while to learn that. It's funny. At my first company, I actually did like a presentation on how to like use
oh
it for like
wow.
new. Yeah, once I learned it, because it was a lot. But even what Codex was doing, it was showing the commands. It was like dash H dash, like all these dashes and all, like it was like advanced stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, yeah,
I'm not wasting my brain space on, like I will look it up every time and have no shame. And also after you do it so many times, like you just get used to it. Like after you have to look it up, but I'm not gonna just no. There's
yeah.
bigger things for me.
There's there's like five commands you use over and over, and I had those like ingrained. But the stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, the stuff it was doing. So then, okay, so like after this, let's say this works and all that stuff without like videos and audio and like those extra different like media types. How would you feel as that? Like, would you think that's enough to actually put that in the app store, or do you think it needs those extra like media types?
No, I think starting with photos is perfect. Like, because I think something we've talked about a lot here is the friction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like removing the friction. It would be nice to have your videos and all of that, but I think a photo is a great start because if we were really starting from zero, it would just be a checkbox. Did you try today? You click yes, and it would just log how many times you came in and clicked yes, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
like typed out what you did. I think that was like our very first original idea that you
Mm-hmm.
would just like document it through words, through text. So a photo is good too.
I agree. And this is all local to someone's phone too. Like it's all local storage.
Mm-hmm.
So, if something happens to your phone, you don't got, yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, maybe in the future we could have some cloud and all that. But this keeps it free because we would have to be paying for cloud storage and all
Exactly.
that stuff. So I also feel like that's good. There was like other like I was like, okay, chat, what are some different things you would like add to this? And it had some cute stuff. It was like, after you capture a proof, some kind of like animation or something to make you feel good that you like,
Hmm.
whether it's confetti or sparkles. Even said like changing, open raw camera to proof captured. But we want to use like an emoji and stuff like that. And literally,
Yeah.
yeah, so we don't have to change that. But I was like, okay, if chat can handle, if Codex can handle a little sparkle, great. If it can't, like, and then it was,
V2.
yes, exactly. It was also talking about collages, like giving you like a monthly collage, like a little notification, like, oh, your monthly collage is ready, and then also like the yearly collage, which is something we've talked about as well. I feel like.
Yeah, we did.
And then after a few entries, it was saying AI can generate. You've shown up 6 times this week. Your lighting and framing have improved. You seem more comfortable on camera. So basically, it like actually looks at the photos you've
Yeah.
taken and analyzes it. But that I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. And then
Yeah.
something we talked about is whenever we do create a widget of this, it could be cool because it could actually show like the photos from your scrapbook grid. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So you could actually see that. And that's how I kind of use Pinterest, except it's like other people's photos. So then it would be your own photos. So yeah.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think with the like with having AI analyze the photos and like say you get better at X, whoever's using the app would have to be very specific on what they're taking a photo. Like that would require a little bit more coaching, so to speak. Cause like I'm thinking if I was in dance class and let's say we just kept it at photos for a long time, you would only have pictures of my outfits,
Yeah.
right? So
Your
you wouldn't
outfits.
really be able to tell me anything meaningful about
Yes.
my progress.
Your style is
So I think that's
improving.
a down the line.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was interesting. It was like, there was even some ideas like, oh, we could analyze a photo and see like, oh, like that's a photo. Like it knew that was a hooray notebook, but like that doesn't
Hmm.
mean anything here. But it was like, oh, we can know you're like on set. That's a script. You're rehearsing, things like that, and add a tag. But I was like, I'd rather do the date. And also AI messes
Yeah.
up and it's gonna come back on us if it tags a
Yes.
photo badly, which has happened in the past, which is like AI in
Hmm.
general and computer vision. But like,
Hmm.
yeah, there was something else I wanted to say. The collages. Oh yeah, the delete option. Definitely need that. And then yeah. Okay. So I think it has enough to do for like the next version of it. You know.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But I like what we have so far.
Right?
We're very on the same page because we've been talking about this for a month.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think what you even just started us off with was really good.
Right? And I've actually been using it and I've been enjoying it. Like, I was watching Paradise. Have you like heard of that show? Sterling K.
It's on
Brown.
Apple TV, right?
It's on Disney.
Oh, no.
It is
I don't keep
so
up.
so good. And I was watching it, and there was this actress I just loved. I just took a picture in the moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm using the app how we're supposed to use it. So yeah. But okay, so that's it for design updates. Now we're gonna do life updates. I have no life
Okay.
updates. What
Oh
are
my
your life
gosh. You do this
updates?
to us every week.
Yeah, I saw all your pictures and stuff from your dance, all that. How was it? I saw
Yes.
you were so sweaty. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, put.
So let me tell you what happened. So last weekend was our first like real performance. Y'all know that I've had performances before, but like for those they just needed extra people, and so they took some rookies with them. And I was lucky enough to be a rookie that was picked
Wow.
to like perform with the
Congrats.
veterans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was cool. So I did it a few times. So I really wasn't worried. Like I was excited because we were finally going to be a whole team doing something together. But like I was worried. I'm like I'm going to be good. I take this energy pill because I'm like this is going to be a long day,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be going really hard. I have to wake up early. Like I was like, let me prepare and let me take this energy pill. Right. So I get there. We do our first round outside. It's so freaking humid. The sun is not out, but it's super humid. It's so like wet and sticky. So even if you were sweating a little bit, you looked like you were sweating a lot because
Yeah.
it was humid. So you weren't drying back off. Like if you sweat while it's hot outside, you're gonna sweat, but the sweat is like drying and evaporating as you sweat more. Right? That was not the case today. So, or that day. So then we go inside to freshen up, and I'm like, holy shit, this is why the coaches were like, y'all are done taking pictures for now.
Oh my
Because if
gosh.
y'all don't know the job of a professional cheerleader, 50% of the time you are taking pictures. And depending
Wow.
on the day, it might be 70% of the time.
Like
Like,
just fans.
yes.
I
So
saw like a
taking
cute little
pictures and
girl take
looking
a
cute is
picture.
like 90% of the job.
I mean, that's cute. I saw like a little girl wanted to like take a picture with the cheerleaders. I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, this is so cute. But okay,
Yes,
how
that's
long was
what
your
we do
day?
like the whole time.
How long was the
What were you
day in
saying?
general? Like, were you there?
Yeah. So my call time was 10:30, and because I'm not on the Texas Rangers dance team, that's a different set of girls.
Mm-hmm.
I dance at Texas Live, which is like I don't think they have one in California, but a few states have these live venues. Like it'll be like Atlanta Live or Brave Stadiums Live, whatever. But it's basically like a huge media complex. So there's a bunch of restaurants inside. There's a bunch of bars inside. There's literally 100-foot TV screen that's surrounded by even more TVs. Like there's an arcade. Like there's a lot going on in this building, and it's literally right next to the baseball stadium. So we dance up until the game starts because by the time the game starts, everybody's walked over and gone to the game. Unless it's a really big game day and people are just like chilling and watching the game because they didn't get tickets. So 10:30 to 3 o'clock was when like I was actually like performing,
Mm-hmm.
and then but I had to get up at 7 o'clock that
Yep.
day.
All the
So like
prep.
7 to 3, and then we had to wrap, and so I probably didn't leave until like 4:30
Yeah.
to
How
go
did
back
it
home.
feel? Like you're doing it. Like how did it feel?
Yeah, it feels nice. It's like, wow, I've worked so hard, especially like the taking pictures part is so funny because a few weeks ago in my like training series, I talked about how it's funny that like I feel like I play Disneyland Simulator at the end of these prep classes with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders because everybody just gets in line and waits to talk to them and they're like, talking with them and taking pictures. And like now I'm the person that's getting their picture taken with
Yes.
people and people walk up to us and like, oh, can we get a picture? Is it okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's literally my job. And also,
Yes.
if you take pictures with me, then I don't have to dance in the heat. So please, let's take a picture. So that's just like I don't know. It's like full circle. I want to say I don't
Yeah.
know because I mean I spend a lot of time talking to characters. If y'all see me on TikTok, that's one of my favorite things to do. So now I'm the character, but
Yes.
I'm not a character. And I'll tell y'all something that happened this weekend that was crazy. I didn't think it would happen this soon. So sometimes, so we don't do anything alone. If you want a picture, you have to take it with everybody that's standing there. Or like
Okay.
there'll always be at least 3 or 4 girls in the picture. The reason is because some people do think we're characters, or like they don't recognize us as real people. And so this weekend, I'm like taking a picture, and this man asks if he can have my pom poms. I'm like, oh no, sorry, I can't give them to you. And he's like, oh okay. Can I make it look like I'm holding your hand? And he grabs my hand like by the wrist, and he is holding on. Like I'm like pulling. I'm like, no, no. And then
Oh.
like other cheerleaders start using their palms to like hit his hand away. The coaches have to step in, and then we have one male coach, and he had to be like, okay, the girls are done taking pictures now. Like they're done. Like go
Whoa.
enjoy the game. Don't do whatever. It was so like it's weird because some girls had gotten grabbed beforehand or at previous events. And I was like, okay, if that happens to me, I'm just going palm to the face. But that was when, because we'll walk around the building. So that happened while we were walking around. And so you have a little bit more, I mean, you have more space, and like it wasn't a game day weekend, so there wasn't as many people. When this happened to me, we're in our line of how we take pictures. So there's like 20 girls packed, smushed in like sardines, just being cute or whatever. I'm literally right at the front in the middle, which is why he grabbed my hand. And then we're standing outside of the venue. And the venue, like I said, is right across from the Ranger Stadium. So there's hundreds of people outside. And a lot of people will just like film us or take pictures of us. Um, just like they're standing around, like they don't want to come get one, but they just want to kind
Yeah.
of document the moment, I guess. So I have all these cameras on me, and I'm like, okay, if I like, if I flip out, the camera is not going to see what he did. They're just going to see my reaction, right? So I'm trying to be professional. So I'm like, no, let me go. Like I'm like
Wow.
smiling, but I'm like, stop. Um, and so it was just like really weird. And I was trying to pull, but he had like that baby grip of strength. I guess it's grown man strength at this point. But I had never felt like less in control of something. So that was,
Wow.
it wasn't scary in like I thought something bad was gonna happen to me kind of way. It was scary in like a wow, I've never had to process like what might happen to me on camera while I was like, just living my life in real life.
Yeah.
I've never cared that much. So I had my first weird man experience this weekend too. So highs and lows. But to round it all out, I had bought these gifts for my team, packed them up, and I was there all weekend. We danced Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Wow.
because baseball happens multiple days in a row, and we dance on weekends. So it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, showed up, was a trooper, whatever. And so I got game day girl. I should have brought the beer back here. But game day girl is kind of like MVP of the weekend, right? So
Oh, that's so
that was
cute.
nice. Yeah, I was shocked because I didn't think they were gonna give it to a rookie, and even they walked through and like explained, why they were picking who they were picking, and I was like, wonder who that's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh
It was
no.
just describing me, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad it's overall good. That's still like frightening. It kind of reminds me of my friend who she worked in like a haunted house, and the stuff that people
Hmm.
would say to her was like insane. Like it's I don't know why
Yeah.
people forget like your regular people like when you put on a
Yes.
costume or you're a part of something, a production or whatever. So, yeah, but I saw the little goodie bags on TikTok and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." So, yes. So, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I responded to this person in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was interesting, but like I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. Like I'm glad I'm gonna do it. I think this is the most present I've been in a long time. I feel like normally when I accomplish something, I'm like, okay, what's next? We made it. Like this is cool, but like where am I gonna go from here? Versus this one, I'm just really like enjoying it because dance really relies on your body,
Yes.
and so who's to say that my body will still work the same next year as it does this year? So I'm just trying to enjoy it like as I'm in it.
Yes, shout out JoJo. I'm so bad with like the chat. Shout out you. We appreciate you. But yeah, I'm one of like Meezy, you got one fan, I'm your one fan. Like, oh my gosh, one of your friends like printed out your headshot. She's probably your one fan.
Oh
But
my
I
gosh,
thought that was
yes.
so cute.
Yes, I printed out my headshot to have like a sign. And it's funny here because obviously people go to Texas Live to watch sports.
Yeah.
And my table was just there for the dances. Yeah. I need to make that video.
Yes.
But yeah, so much going on. Maya, yeah, I agree. She has so much going on, but she's not ready to share with us yet. But when we see her on those carpets, she's not going to be able to hide it from us anymore.
Yes. Just know I'm like I'm working, but I feel a lot like you, Meezy. Like I feel like for once in my life, I just really like I'm happy where I'm at, you know what I mean? And I'm just like I'm
Mm-hmm.
still excited for what's to come, but it's like I'm really enjoying the moment as well. Like I really feel so grateful for everything. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah. But okay.
No, exactly. Yeah, it sucks to be like job searching, but it's so nice to just be able to focus on dance right now.
Yeah, and you've been job searching and you've also been getting offers, okay? You know what I mean? So you're
That's true.
doing great. You're like you're doing great.
We not got to get into that.
I know that's a whole other live, but like yes,
Yeah.
you're doing it. Okay.
Yes,
That's our live. We did it. I'm
we
gonna,
did it.
yep, I'm gonna get Codex to make the updates and then after that I'll show it to you and then we can talk about them our next live.
Okay. See y'all later.
See
Bye.
ya.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.